pledge allegiance to the flag
United States of America,
of the
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
for all. The time is what, you said the clock is ahead?
I've got 7:38.
7:38.
That is slow.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with the roll call, we'll start here with Alberto,
Alberto Delgado.
Thierry Arias,
Tony Rivera,
Amy Torres,
Rob Curry. Manager Ron Drover.
all right. Dennis Rogano will not be attending, he has a family emergency. Freddy Delgado, Freddy Acevedo is actually coming back in from the country back in, he's actually flying back in tonight, so he will not be in attendance. I think that's everybody, right? Everybody, yeah, that's everyone. All right, so we do have the quorum for tonight's meeting. Thank you everybody for addressing that quorum, the call. All right, folks, approval of the minutes of October the 1st. The meeting was actually sent out to everybody for you guys to take a look at and comment and make any adjustments to the minutes. If anything needs to be adopted tonight,
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
okay? Does everybody ready to take a second on that?
Yeah, I second that.
All right? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, 7-0. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take the report from the county roads. Ron, anything you wanna start with, and I'll follow?
I'll hit with the sidewalks first. As we've spoken about over the years, we did send to the county several reports about sidewalks. They have now asked us to update that report, so that's good news. And management will do that, and we'll take photographs of the worst ones. The money for sidewalks, it still hasn't been thoroughly released by the county, so we're gonna focus on the worst ones. So I'll get that inventory done within the next 30 days. And on a matter related to roadways, I did complete the inventory of all street signs and stop signs and warning signs. The county has straightened all those up. In the meantime, we've got another 8 that have gone unstraightened. So I will get those to the county, and they were very responsive in that. I think, Tony, you have a lot of information on the road.
Yeah, we got some information also here too. Thank you, Ron, for that information. I would like to jump on Ron also. We are basically done with the county engineering also, and the focus is gonna be more of the sidewalk in a couple of months. They got some money basically aside for that. So right now, we will basically ask to see if we could probably give them a list of the most bad looking sidewalks that actually need more attendance. So Ron is basically gonna be working with that, and then information will be sent out to the county for them to be able to adopt and complete. Also, some of the bridges also that we have here also, the county is also taking initiative also. They have come out, they have reviewed some of the bridges also, and see if they'll be able to also to fix those as well too also, for the safety also. So those bridges have been out there for a long time, and the family also attending to that also. On the roads, like I said also, the money is still being, weighted out still to see where the money is gonna be left over, to see if we have any money left to be able to conduct a second phase of our villages, that type of deal, but nothing has been set on stone yet, so we're hoping to have any type of information, hopefully here within the next couple of weeks, and then from there, we'll basically address for the residents to see what's gonna be the next phase. But now, the most important thing right now, that the focus is gonna be more on the sidewalk structure right now, okay? So as soon as we get more information, I'll be more than happy to convey over that to the residents as well, and to management. Thank you. We're gonna go over to the special events. I would let Brandy to take the upper hand on this here. We had an outstanding, trunk or treat. So I'll let, take the upper hand, and also for the movie night extravaganza, we'll let, Brandy also Rob to initiate that event as well too. You got the floor?
So our next event coming up, is the movie night extravaganza, which is on the 13th of December. We have not decided the movie yet. I don't know if,
She just came in this afternoon with the movie, Priscilla. I'm talking Jingle Jangle was the movie that she, I'm not familiar with that movie.
so I guess I'll have to get with Priscilla because I didn't hear back from her, so,
Yeah, Rob.
have you heard from her, Robert? About this?
I have not heard from Priscilla.
So not hearing from her, I didn't know what was going on, so I have talked to her because I was gonna just, I'll follow up on that part. In the meantime, we are gonna do the Toys for Tots, that'll be starting up soon. So we'll have the bins being delivered,
Good.
and we can donate for that cause as well.
Good.
So we have those things, and we'll do this movie night,
I'm gonna say, the movie night, the Grinch is 25 years. If we wanted to do the Grinch.
yeah, cause I
The
wasn't
thought.
sure what's going on, but
Me neither.
we can.
Well, I just got that flyer today.
I talked to Antonio yesterday, or a couple days ago, so, and we talked about a movie, I think this is what, he put together for the 2025 toy drive. So again, I'll have to maybe talk a little more about this separately, because I didn't know where she was on this. I had reached out to her, but I didn't hear back.
I did copy the board that evening, this afternoon,
Yeah.
from Priscilla.
Okay.
Do we have a specific date for the movie night?
We're gonna do it on
The
December
13th?
13th.
December 13th.
Yeah, I don't know about the movie, she mentioned this Jingle Jingle, but, I think the Grinch idea is a good idea.
Cause, actually, is it today? Or yesterday, it was like the 25th, and I didn't realize, that's wow.
So that'll be further, we can, but it'll be the same thing as we do in all the previous years.
Okay.
And then the garage sales,
I'll send a copy.
okay, we had a garage sale, it was pretty good turnout, so much, seeing a lot of people come through the neighborhood. I think it's good in November.
I like before soccer ends, I think it brings natural attraction.
It was, I think it was a great success. And
My
we do-
streets were busy.
Yeah.
What about trunk or treat? How did it
Trunk
go?
or treat
Trunk
was
or treat.
phenomenal.
Thank you.
I had more fun, I think, than you did too.
Yeah.
I didn't get to ride the bull because the line was so
Oh, we had to
long.
do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
All right. Well, you guys
That
are-
was awesome, that was awesome.
Yeah, so probably the next day or so, we're gonna put some footage on the television in the lobby, from Trunk or Treat. Yeah, everything from the bull riding, drone footage, some still pictures, and then we'll keep adding to it through the holidays, yeah, extravaganza and everything, but it's gonna be super cool. It was a huge turnout, and they've been even more people.
You know, the trick or treaters
Before.
were not there on Halloween, and what I've been reading is the trunk or treats are more the attraction now rather than walking the streets and neighborhood, and I would say that reflected that.
No, it was great though, it was, not only did the kids have fun, you and Tony were great with the kids, but the
Oh, it's big fun.
adults,
It's
oh
big
my
fun.
Adults.
Yeah.
the adults are so funny.
I would just suggest we get 6 more popcorn machines.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was long.
God,
That's not a hot point.
that line went forever. We ran out of popcorn
Yeah.
and stuff, so
they were all like,
So
we
we'll
just
make
have
sure
to,
we get some prices.
we just have to pre-pop a lot of that. We're gonna have to do
yeah,
large containers of pre-pop popcorn,
or we find something else to add in that kinda takes away from the line.
but it's
Something
popular,
else,
I'll talk to you.
sort of.
But no, very good,
Mhm.
yeah, always.
Well, we thank you, Brandy, for everything that you have done. It's amazing, everything that you put
Team
together.
effort. Team effort.
It's a team effort. I mean, as you can see, you have a committee in place, those people go up to bat. they know exactly what needs to be done, and they make it happen. And I also wanna thank Ron also, and his staff, because their staff also have a big engagement also, when they come in, you know, by putting stuff together. Very helpful, and we appreciate everybody have come out and made this a community event as a whole. So thank you so much for your involvement. And I also like to thank, Rob. I mean, Rob is definitely, a main asset to the whole process, when addressing crowd control, therefore, so an amazing, so thank you so much for everybody that have taken part. Okay.
One other thing, Tony, and Ron, thank you again, the cleanup too, afterwards, the guys.
The guys are good, yeah, thank
Oh
you.
my goodness, yeah, it was easy, done, yeah.
Outstanding event. So thank you once again, everybody. Alright, Ron, any, on the general meetings?
Well, we're pretty well done this year with tree removals. Obviously, we're in the last couple of months of the year. We do have a couple of folks that want trees done. And I just have to look at them, and we might do them at the first of the year. Spent a lot of money again, as we've said the last 2 or 3 years, these trees are old. They've been up there a long time, and trees do have a life expectancy. And the one by the lift station, not by Line Valve, which I wasn't anticipating cutting down, it was totally rotten on the inside. And the only way we would have known that is because one of the branches was blown down, and when you look in the trunk, so we have to get that cut down. So we'll continue to work on that. Pool repairs are coming up. We're looking at remarsh side of both pools. We're gonna have to schedule that carefully. The prices that are coming in, we've gotten 2 quotes in, they're very, very high. So we have to get some more quotes and see how long we can go with what we have. Some of these quotes are $170,000 for the main pool, so. And we're not just talking about resurfacing, they're saying now because of the age of the pool, might be a very good point. I mean, I've gotta get some more input that they're gonna have to completely rip out the surface and put a whole new surface in there. That's why the cost is there. But I've gotta get some more expert opinions on
That would be
I'm
like
sorry.
next year?
I'm sorry?
Would that be like this time next year?
Yeah. Yeah. 2 of the companies can't even do the job until next year because we're booked up. As for pathway repairs, I've gotten 2 quotes in. I found some additional pathways that needed some work, so I'm gonna add that to the scope of the work. And those quotes are coming in, and we're talking about sections of the pathways that definitely need to be resurfaced. A couple of sections need to be completely dug out and relayed, so that's coming to you soon. We're talking about prices in the neighborhood of $60,000 cost. The park perimeter walls I basically put on hold because I wanted to see where we were dollar-wise on the pathways. And we're enjoying some sabbatical on people coming in for the basketball court because they gotta have a key and it's locked, so it's been better
How
control.
has it been?
Oscar's not.
Mm.
We seem to have chased a lot, now, they're gonna come back.
Yeah.
Because they know it's open, it's gonna come back, but, so we'll keep our eyes on that. The cameras are all operational, and the courtesy patrols are on top of stuff. Of course, Braxton is a long-time keeper of the basketball court, so we haven't had any issues there. Tennis courts are gonna have to be resurfaced. They're failing badly, the ones by the basketball court, and those are big numbers coming in too. So I definitely have to get some quotes on that. We're talking about $150,000 for just half of it. So these numbers are twice what they were 6 years ago. I mean, they're twice what they were 6 years ago. So somebody's getting paid for asphalt someplace, but tremendous increases in prices. So we definitely have to budget for that, we got a plan for that, and we gotta make good decisions regarding the expenses. And that's all I have on general items.
Anybody have any questions for the report that Ron has initiated? Any questions?
I wanna thank Elf Tony for helping with the Christmas decorations.
No,
I
that's-
wasn't gonna get him up this early, but Tony was out there, little Elf Tony was out there in the morning, had the whole crew put these things up, so.
It looks
No, we
beautiful.
wanna make sure that, because, I mean, it does take a lot of time.
It does,
Yeah.
we have a
It
lot of
takes
lights and
time,
stuff.
so the staff is still working around that, wanna
Yeah.
make sure that everything is all put
Yeah.
up. In fact, I'm gonna get a tree donated, Christmas tree, an 8-footer.
None.
It's gonna go on the deck also, And we're gonna let actually the residents come out and decorate the tree, if they like.
Oh, okay.
The kids and everything else, and then let the parents enjoy taking
Okay.
pictures with the kids and everything. So I think that's something we'd like to initiate also, so the tree's coming in real soon, okay?
Do you know a different idea off that I was talking to Antonio about that I really liked, and Robert was there yesterday? He was talking about having signs or not maybe flags or something like welcome home in, you know, at the entrances, just for a year long, when you come home, sometimes you see in
Welcome
different conference, you know, welcome home, or, you know, maybe one in English, one in Spanish on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other
the
entrances,
needle.
something that we could maybe entertain at some point. I thought it was a really good idea from him.
Yeah, we've looked at that for the banners that you can put on streetlights. And of course, Tico doesn't want us to do that, but we don't care. In our entrance ways, they have the banners that you hook onto the light. They're
Yeah,
vertical
yeah,
banners.
yeah.
Stuff like that, so.
Didn't they used to do that
We
though?
did that one time. We did it one time, I think.
A while ago,
Yeah.
right?
And I think some of the consoles
Yeah.
got stolen and some of those guys got stolen too.
Well, these are pretty high
How'd
up.
they get up there?
I don't know, but they came out.
It was even worse.
Yeah, I don't know, somebody got them up.
People
Thank
don't wanna
you.
work that hard anymore.
you,
so
Ron,
they
for
don't
that.
get stolen anymore.
All right, so into new business, we run, anything else you wanna add?
No, sir, thank
We
you.
good? All right, anybody have any question? We good, right? Moving on? We good? Okay, we're good. All right, on to new business, we are gonna go ahead and reflect on the 2026 budget. We're gonna let, Ms. Victoria address it, and then what we're gonna do is, before we go ahead and make a decision on the budget, we're gonna allow the residents to speak up in any of the items that they may feel that needs to be tweaked or addressed, and therefore, so we'll let the residents also address the budget before we make a decision on the
The 3
budget.
minutes or is it separate?
No, that's separate, that's separate. We also gonna go ahead and, like I said before, this budget was actually sent out like like a month ago by Mr. Ron Trowbridge. And Victoria has been our main person. They have taken the initiative of looking all the aspects of the budget, make sure with the help of some of the board members also. So I'm gonna let, Ms. Victoria take the role now and address the budget, 2026 budget info.
2026 budget, it is what it is. We have had to increase the dues due to economy continuing to increase. I mean, coffee prices, even if we were to stop coffee here, is insane. So even though I don't want to increase it and hope every year we don't have to, we do. We have to. We have projects coming on. We've had a lot of unexpected expenses that will continue to grow throughout next year, and there's just not a way around doing a budget without increasing it, unfortunately.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on some of the items that you
I
may
have some
feel,
questions with
gas,
items.
gasoline, insurance, some of the items that we need to entertain, that way the residents and ourselves also have an idea on what we're looking at.
Well, it's everything. It's
Insurance.
we have a lot, I
gasoline.
think, as an
Yeah.
HOA to reevaluate. I think we need to get back to the fundamentals of an HOA, and we need to look at what we're paying our yards, the maintenance guys and the grounds. It's not enough, and we're not gonna keep people this way, so those are things I would rather focus on this coming year is, working out there for not very much is not very encouraging to bring on good and experienced team members and keep them, in my opinion. And, there's, to keep the activities going, the money has to go to the courts, like he says, and to the pools, and that's what Plantation is about. It's having these things to bring people in the community of all ages to be able to enjoy an area where they live and not have to necessarily go out to have fun in your own community. With that being said, just simple things, like I, sat and talked with Ron, and why has this gone up so much? Why has that gone up so much? Is this justified? And it is, but some of it is higher than we want and anticipate it, and me personally, I anticipate it to be higher next year. and hope that we budget appropriately for these unexpected expenses. So I was able to sit with Ron and see we don't have a lot more wiggle room, and we're doing the best we can with what we have. Uniforms have gone up for our staff, and I believe that we should always continue to supply that for them. Equipment, I mean, to get certain things we need, and if we don't need to buy it and don't have the in-house capability to repair it, it's costly. And you don't realize that till you sit down and look at the difference between even looking back at 2024 to 2025, and not even thinking personal stuff, but I mean, everything's increased significantly. So I hope you guys can understand why the HOA dues were increased, even though it wasn't ideal. It had to be done. I had a few questions with the lakes and those kind of expenses, because that is a hefty expense, and I had some concerns on how some of the lakes look, and Ron is looking into that, for the price that we paid to maintain them. Some should look a little better, but I also don't know anything about lakes, so it might be more Mother Nature. The one question I had was about the website. Why is that such a huge, that's one thing I forgot to ask you about. The website.
The website is substantially higher because we're forced to go to different platforms.
Okay.
We need to go to the clouds, and
Yeah.
our biggest fear is in 3 years, our monthly charge for all of our websites and everything is gonna go up to $1,900 a month. The next 2
That's the
years.
anticipation.
Yeah, and everybody talks about how they're improving websites and they're improving
Yeah.
all of the accounting and all that, well, it ain't free. And we went to a couple different companies. I anticipate that there might be, in the next 2 or 3 years, we might have to change our software or do something different, because they've got us and they just keep increasing the prices, and it's just phenomenal. Our staff has been meeting weekly with Enumerate, is a new company that took over everything. And for the last 60 days, they've been meeting weekly as we convert. So we're in the process of converting. It's been very complicated. But going to the clouds is very expensive. Now, what we did do was we cut back on our server. As your manager, I wanna make sure we have everything on the server. I know they wanna put it in the clouds, and the clouds are guaranteed, but I want it on the server. So we're backing up onto the server. So that got them all confused, because Enumerate's thinking about all this modern stuff. So I've used just security and everything else. I wanna make sure that we have a hold on everything. So we're going through this transition period, but it's astronomical what it's gonna look like. We cut a deal with them, and I told them that, you know, they needed to be nice to us to see if we wanna keep them. So they reduced their price down to just a few $100s a month. But it goes up in everybody. All the companies that associations I deal with, otherwise you're getting hammered.
Okay.
The other thing that's happening too throughout the entire world is that where once you got to make a payment, now you gotta pay them to make a payment. $3.95, and when you add that times the millions of people making payments, somebody's making a lot of money out there when you're doing the keystrokes. So these things are hitting us hard.
Yeah.
It's in every profession though.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Like we're not gonna dodge it, and I anticipate things to continue.
And to be fair, what we pay a month in our HOA fees, I believe that we get a lot in return in comparison
agree.
to any other community.
I agree.
In the Tampa area or that I've ever
I agree, but it doesn't still feel good to raise it.
It doesn't, but
But,
I don't think we ever should have not raised it. I think, in my
We don't have,
opinion.
yeah. No, I know, and I always think back, maybe if we would've raised it a few years prior to this, maybe we would've been in a different situation, maybe we didn't have to, but can't go back, it is what it is.
If I could just interrupt you to say something that everyone should kind of think about. In the 50 years this community has been here, 35, 36 years, there were increases. There were 15 years where there were no increases, of which 8 occurred just before my arrival, and that's what really hurt us. Because that's when electricity went up 40%, that's when insurance went up 49%. And I know the homeowners don't see that, but our liability and stuff went up skyrocketed. And property insurance went up. This budget assumes that we're gonna stay level. All the agents are telling me we should be level this year, so that helped us out in being able to allocate some funds in the areas we needed. Like, we have older equipment now, the maintenance costs for the Kubotas, our backhoe, all that equipment takes a lot of money to do as much as we can in-house, but some of this stuff exceeds our capabilities. I'm sorry, Ann, I cut.
Oh, no, it's fine.
And Deary has a question.
The annual meeting mail out, I know we talked last year on how to get that cost down, and I thought that we had found a way that we were able to have.
Well, we did it in-house, which was an
It was a
absolute
lot.
nightmare.
That's, okay, I knew there was
So I put a
something-
contingency in there
Okay,
in case it doesn't
If
work
it's
out.
too much.
Enumerate says they're gonna help us do that,
okay.
so we might be able to save some dollars there. I will tell the board, as I've always said, in every expense item that's here, other than a contract item, we don't spend it because it's there. I mean, we still go on through the year as a course of business. If we see expenses we can save, we do that.
Yeah, I, wanted to also ask, of course, I reread my notes after
Okay.
I left.
Okay.
The salary for I have this written.
Ground,
The groundskeepers. Obviously that's gone up, but is that because we're factoring in, the increase for
No.
the wages?
The wage increase is not significant for the 2026 budget.
Okay,
What occurred is we brought back a couple of people onto the grounds crew, one of which is qualified to use the heavy equipment, so that we were able to do the lake maintenance at basically no cost. We did it in-house, so we're doing more things in-house with the equipment
right.
as opposed to what we've done in the past. So we added some people this last year, and that's why 2025 was higher than the budget. The actual was higher than the budget.
I think I'm missing a page.
And there was no requirement of minimum wage to go up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a
That's- I
wage
didn't know
increase, yeah.
what,
It goes to 15.
In 2026,
2026.
yeah.
yeah, which is still not enough, but
Yeah.
I'll talk about that later. I don't know, I think I'm missing a page, cause I didn't even see that. You know what line that is? I'm trying to find the
Line number.
number. I
Page
looked at
number
this so long.
3,
Which one is that?
For the
What are we looking
groundskeepers.
at?
Oh, here it is, okay,
page number 3.
yeah, I just wanted to look a little.
What item is that?
11110.
On the third page.
The last page,
The
yeah.
last page.
Yeah, the third page. It's,
The last page up toward the top.
it's the sixth one down.
Do you have, it's this one?
It's a
Yeah, that's what he's looking
got
at.
it.
I got, this is mine, no, I took a bunch of notes on mine a couple weeks ago, and then there's that one. I mean, all the other stuff I feel like just more, I know why it went up or why we moved around, I don't know if anybody else has some questions
Yeah,
or
we're gonna look after the
thoughts.
board, looking after the whole board, and if we can see any item
Yeah,
that needs to be rectified, guys, let us know, because yeah, this is tonight. It's the day we have to make a decision of how we're gonna pursue, or we're gonna go ahead and increase, or we're gonna keep the budget like it is. So tonight, we have to make a decision, so we'll open it up to everybody.
you guys,
So one of my questions was already answered about the coupons.
Mhm.
The other one is, can you go a little bit deeper to the reserve study?
We have not had a reserve study since 2017, so it's time another reserve study.
yeah, we
And
do.
that is the reserve study. A reserve study tells us, gives us a plan. An engineer checks everything out and gives us a projection of his recommendation, independent party, recommendation as to replacement of equipment and replacement of facilities, and how much money to set aside each year to get those things done.
How often is this done? How many years? part,
It's up to the association to do that.
when it's needed?
Most of, obviously, the industry tells you to do it every year, but
Okay.
we don't wanna do it every year.
Okay.
If you are a high-rise condo, you ought to do it every year, but we're not under that scrutiny as a high-rise condo because of facilities and stuff, so, it's time, since it was done in 2017, because we're talking about now, 8, 9 years, and things have changed.
And
Those are all made, the 2017 reserve study was made on the assumption of what they could see at that time
Yes,
and what they projected the cost to be. Well, in these years, costs have gone higher and deterioration might not have occurred per the schedule that they suggested, or we might have done things before. It was 2030 that they said that we would have to replace that deck out there on the lake. I had to do that 3 years ago because I had the engineers come, I had to close it down, it was not safe. So that was moved up from 2030, to 2023. So
and
these
especially-
kinds of things need to be updated.
Absolutely. I just wanted to understand a little
Yes.
bit deeper, and I understand that this is also tied to the, to the pool maintenances that we will be doing. So this
Yes.
is a great thing to
Yeah.
have, and anything else that we need to update for the future.
Right,
Thank you, that was all my questions.
thank you.
Roberto, anything you wanna add?
No, really, what looking at this and based on what I've been reading, and where we at in today's economic world, increase is gonna happen. We can't avoid that. And like somebody mentioned, the HOA monthly fees are much more expensive than the one here in Plantation. I know because I did my study and I looked and I researched. And, if you think this is not necessary, then you're not living in the reality of where, the times that we are living. That economic is crazy, everything is going up. We have to make adjustments. Good job.
I agree, I did a survey, same thing, I
It's
researched.
tough. I mean, it's one of those things, we have to do it. Is it ideal? No. I did wanna ask, I know when we had this huge increase, 2 years ago with Tico?
Yes.
But weren't they like changing a lot of the lights to be more solar power, so hopefully in the long run we would start to
No.
see?
No, those were LED. They switched out to LED lights. So the cost to them would be less expensive, but we're still
But
making
it's
at the same
outrageous.
rate.
It's outrageous.
We have to.
They also renumbered all of them, so we have a new grid. So when something goes out, myself or Curtis Patrol, we can actually see a number.
Yeah.
We go onto the system and it shows which light pole number it is.
Randy, anything you'd like, I know you will.
No,
to the numbers.
I think, like I said, it's, I do believe if we should have always gone up a little bit every year instead of having to do, but that's in the past, we're here now, and it's just, in my business alone, merchant credit card processing fees are going up. Payroll processing fees are going up, so in every industry, I believe, a price of something is going, software has almost doubled, so
Well,
it's.
that was, it's a significant increase
Yeah, my
on
software
here.
literally doubled for my.
So it's almost, you have to anticipate it to continue that, as he already said, the next few years at least.
Rob?
Yeah, everything went up, and you answered that, Ron, about insurance, that was gonna be my question you answered. To see if industry was saying, hey, we're trying to level us out,
Seems like
and how
it's
we're looking,
level.
based it, so, that was,
Yeah.
But remember, we took a massive jump
yeah.
2 years ago,
Yes.
huge jump, and we've been able, not on whatever. keep
And of
it
course,
going.
Tico just asked for another increase, so we'll see how that
I
goes.
know.
And what were you, did you have something to say?
No, I was just gonna say that I did the research and for the fees also, cause I know that's a major thing. And the average in Carrollwood
Oh, yeah.
is $200 to $400,
A month.
somewhere
A
in there,
month.
and a month. And I've been here, when I first moved in, it was $20.22.
Wow.
I've been here over 40 years, and to me, the increase, you know, it's been gradual, but considering how many years it's been, and we're still at under $100.
Yeah, I see it as if you drink Starbucks, it's like one large cup a month, you just gotta cut back. You wanna try to be positive here and make the best of it.
Well, we are serving Starbucks at this point.
Well, that coffee is on the budget.
It should be.
School brand is the same as Starbucks.
My Bustelo at Costco went up to $21 for four. For four Bustelos.
And because you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
bring that to the residents. But at this time, we're gonna allow some of the residents that may have any, concern or any item on the budget that would like to be brought up to the table. So we take into consideration, if anybody would like to address, we have 3 minutes, you could go to the front of the, 3 minutes only for the budget, this is for the budget only, only for the budget. Okay? Only for the budget. If you're gonna be talking at the end of the meeting, that has nothing to do with that, okay? This is only for the budget, okay, so the budget only. Yes, sir, okay? The budget, we got Sharon. Okay, Sharon, you got the floor, no problem. We got Sharon and Lee Carter. We'll start with Sharon.
I had a question regarding the janitorial expenses. I think it's line item, where is it? Oh, it's on page 4, line item 10607. It's been increased to $10,000 from $4,000. But when I look at the financial
What
report,
item is that, ma'am? What item? What number is that?
the item is 10607, I believe it's on page 4.
Page 4.
There's 3 pages. Is it maybe 10670? No, that one. Yeah, Clubhouse janitorial.
You were talking about clubhouse janitorial.
Yeah, clubhouse
Okay.
janitorial.
106.
Oh, here it is, I'm sorry, it's not page 4.
10670.
But it is
The simple answer
106.
is we did not budget much for this year for cleaning this room, which gets very messed up after events. And so what we do to recover that, we have a cleaning charge that we do charge that's non-refundable to those that use this facility. So part of that $4,400, a large part of it is recovered under the rentals for the ballroom rentals is what I'm trying to say.
That's my other question. If you look at the financial report, under janitorial, it shows we haven't paid anything. Is not the figure in brackets an income, not an expense?
Because it's shown because we're paying someone 14 hours a week to clean Mondays and
But-
Fridays.
That $125 that you're collecting
That-
with the rental, should that not be under income?
That is an offset to the expense.
But we should have a line item,
It's an
income.
offset to the expense, so that's why the expense goes down to zero, because we're getting it from the funds we receive from the rentals of the ballroom.
But if you look at the financial report, it's not showing expenditures and income, because you don't have 2 separate lines. I'm not an accountant, but money coming in is income. Money going out is an expense, so shouldn't there be a line item for that $125 you're collecting?
We don't keep it separate from,
Well, it should be, it's income.
it's an offset to expenses.
No, it's an income.
We have the
The
expense. and the
clubhouse
offset.
expense is an income,
Thank you.
right? So it's income, and, you know, like I say, I'm not an accountant, but I know accounts receivable and accounts payable. Okay, that's here, there. $60,000 for special legal. Is that going to be a recurring expense
Which line item?
It's illegal.
under legal?
9121 first page.
Okay.
You have special legal, $60,000. The other total legal expenses for deed restrictions, fines, etc., is only $36.90. So is this $60,000 going to be a recurring expense? So that,
We hope it is not. We
It
have
what?
active lawsuits, so that's why that is there, but we do not expect it to be recurring.
it seems like a lot of money when the case technically has been settled, has it not?
We still have an ongoing case.
Listen, can you please address?
That's a budget item, I'm not just addressing the budget.
If you don't mind, stay with the focus of the budget item.
That's a budget item. I
And
said,
just give us
what
an
are we
idea.
spending 60,000
And
as a
that's it,
recurrence?
that's all, and then we go from there.
I think we like want ideas to, not just like.
Correct.
put off the soap.
Well, the idea would be to eliminate it.
Okay.
Well, you
Well,
can't
eventually-
eliminate legal money, but.
Yeah, anyway,
Hmm?
go ahead. When you're
Sure
done,
can.
Let us speak, let us
Special
speak.
legal?
Okay,
Let's
and
keep
the
going.
other question I just had is, under ground supplies, is ground, yeah. What technically does that cover? Cause it went up from 17 to 30,000, so what basically does that cover?
Everything we use for grounds. Anything to do with grounds.
Are you talking about fertilizer or stuff like that, or?
Anything we use for grounds, rakes, spoons, scissors, whatever's used for grounds.
That's a big increase, I was wondering.
Well, we've always been under budget because we haven't had the funds and we've always been over budget. So we're reflecting a more accurate budget. We also have older equipment we need to replace. So it's supplies, anything to do with grounds.
Well, older equipment replaced comes out of reserves. Electric lights went down, but my electric bill keeps going up. Why have we lowered the budget?
Because yours has gone up, it allows ours to go down.
So I'm lighting up the streets for you?
Thank you very much. Obviously, it's a different charge, it's a street light charge. We have been joyful that it was a little less than what we budgeted. I cannot anticipate what Tico, because Tico gets a raise every year, I don't know what they're gonna do. So it's an
They're
estimate.
coming, he's coming.
Yeah, oh.
Speaker's coming, guys.
And just in general, we only have a financial report through August. How do we budget for next year when we don't know what we spent this year? That's all I'm
Well,
saying on that.
we have a September report out, but our books, as you talked about accounting, back in our office, on our drive and everything else, it shows how much we spent as of today. I mean, we're still keeping
If
rent,
we have a September report, why don't we have it?
because October hasn't been closed out yet. September was closed out and posted.
It's not posted.
October, well, it should,
September's not
September is
posted.
not posted.
It should.
Go online,
It's not there.
it only goes through August.
it should.
All right, budget things next.
Can you make sure, if he's not, make sure it's posted?
I'll make sure it's posted.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank you.
thank you. Ed, you got the floor. And please make sure we stay within the item budget, please.
Well, before, I guess the question come on specific budget items, if it's okay, if you just want to have a few thanks. Thank you for having this meeting in mid-November. Hopefully this gives you a chance to kind of digest and process what you're hearing today. If you need to, postpone the vote on the budget for another meeting, that way you can kind of consider and adjust based upon what you hear today. Also walking here today, I walked to the gym before I came here. Grounds crew is doing a phenomenal job. It looks beautiful. And
Wait, we're talking about the budget. It's about the
The
budget.
separate
Any item on
budget,
the
and then we
is what
have
we're addressing
the other
today.
signage.
okay,
We're not talking
I'll
about
those
those-
efforts, okay.
We're talking about the budget only, sir.
All right, I'll do that.
Thank you.
So, budget line item 7040, legal reimbursement, $0 legal reimbursement. When previous homeowner Ryan Munson challenged the 2019 elections and it cost the HOA $200,000, our HOA president, multiple times in meetings, said,
Here we go again. We're talking about the budget. So
I'm
we
talking
wanna
about
know-
line item
Listen, we don't
7040
wanna
on the
cause-
budget. You need to follow the law, Tony.
Give
It's
us the
cost this
budget.
community too much by not following the law so far.
Give us the budget item.
This is a budget item. My suggestion is that, keeping with that same point of view, that the person who initiated the lawsuit should pay for it, I'm suggesting that those folks who initiated this terrible losing lawsuit should also pay for it out of their pockets. Just a suggestion. Instead of charging every single person in this community more than $200 out of their pockets, we guys are facing severe budget reserves. Item 7070, late fee income. It's a 60% increase. My understanding is that a lot of this was due to mismailing the address to people because somebody on staff thought it'd be a great idea to do this all in-house. Sent the wrong address, they have all these late fees. If you guys are gonna make sure that the address is correct, I think you need to reduce that income a little bit. Item 7320, for the soccer, that hasn't gone up at all. Meanwhile, everybody else is being charged 20% more. The soccer donation, it's on the first page of income. So that's just the same amount that 10 homeowners pay. And soccer league uses our facilities way more than 10 homeowners do. There were homeowners at the April meeting and at the August meeting, not war people you guys like to attack. Homeowners from throughout the community said, that is too
So
little.
you threw this up. You're gonna be on something else, so you made this up. Thank you.
Excuse me,
You
I'm
made-
still talking about the budget
You
line
made it,
item.
no, you're not talking about the budget.
I am too, it's line item
No.
number 73. Tony, you need
No,
to follow the
your time is
law.
up. Time
Tony,
is up.
follow the law.
Your time is up, sir.
Follow the law, Tony.
Your time is up, sir.
Follow the law, Tony. Item number
All
8125.
right, Jim Connor, you got the floor, sir.
Excuse me.
Please, let's talk about only the budget.
Excuse me, are you now saying that I can't talk about line
You
item
minutes are up.
number
You minutes are up.
7320 soccer
Minutes are up.
donation, which
You
may
minutes are up, sir.
excuse me, Tony, you need to follow the law.
You
Start
are
following the
free-
law, Tony.
You're
You're costing this
minutes are up.
community too much in lawsuits because you're not following the
Jim
law.
Connor,
Who's that on the list?
Jim Connor, you on the list,
Why
sir.
don't y'all let him speak?
Cause
Who's 3
we
minutes
can
are
talk
up?
about
We
that
talking
stuff on
only
the
about the
next.
budget.
This is
Hide
the
that
budget.
table.
Line
Hide
item
that
number
table.
7320.
He gets 3 more
It's on the
minutes on
budget.
the next go around.
Look, folks,
So
when you
we'll
want
hear
to
this
talk,
again.
okay,
And the next 3 minutes, he was
Here's the
just
budget.
that he may have.
It is line item number
All
7320. It
right,
is on the budget.
25 years.
Mr. Connor,
Okay, here we go. So I knew this was gonna happen.
Mr. Connor,
And so I'm gonna go and hand out you guys these things. It's stuff you need to read. And there's some legal statutes on the backside because I don't want you guys to have to keep spending money on lawyers. The rate you guys are running these meetings or running the elections, that's what you're doing.
yeah.
You guys need to.
All right,
figure out
he's out of order.
the law.
Of course it is.
He's out of order by cutting off and talking about the budget.
Huh?
Is the other person here to
He's
speak?
right here.
Oh,
Jim,
sorry. Your turn.
you're up, sir.
There are statutes on the back you need to read before voting on the budget. That's what he thinks about the law, is he rip it up. That's why you guys are losing all this money.
Go ahead, Jim. You got the floor,
Gentlemen,
sir.
ladies.
How you doing, sir? How you doing?
1,800 houses.
Yes.
1830. We have about-
1832.
So we have about 3,600 personalities, so.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just going through the years and so, stupid questions. Cell phones, it's not a lot of money, but it's $5,000.
What item is that? What item?
Oh. Trick questions.
Huh?
8125.
8125.
3125?
Yes.
I think it's more for the buy phones, right? If I'm wrong.
I'm sorry?
Cell phones.
Cell phone bill.
Have
Second
I got the
page
question yet?
or first page?
You just
Why
want to
we-
go
The
$5,000
first one.
first.
Why are we spending, $5,000 on cell phones?
Because that's how we communicate to staff. That's our grounds people and the courtesy patrol have the cell phones. That's how we communicate.
Okay.
We all have a bulk, we have a bulk.
It's about
System,
400. I would like to give that 5,000 to the maintenance crew as an increase in salary. With the $5,000, why don't we just give them $25 a month for their phone? I pay $25 a month for my phone. Give them $25 a month for theirs.
We can look at other plans,
Jen-
that's a good idea.
Thank you, Jim.
Just an idea.
That's an
but-
idea. I like that.
But
Appreciate
I
it.
think it was Brandon
Thank
who
you.
said, no, excuse me, I think it was Ann who
Yeah.
said, pay the people right and we stay.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's
So,
the goal.
take that 5,000 and give it to them in salary.
I have one.
You might make some happy people.
Yes,
I agree 100%.
everybody understand.
And this next one's not popular, I apologize.
Which one is that?
Courtesy patrol.
Item number, please?
Excuse me, total, what was it, on the, Last page, I don't have my glasses in.
What's
But
it,
it's
is
in the
that
last
about
page.
courtesy patrol salaries or some?
The whole,
what is-
the
oh.
whole courtesy patrol.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw something out there while flock cameras, Carrollwood, uses them. We can use flock cameras, they're, vehicle tag readers.
Flock?
Flock, F-L-O-K. There are several other brands, but Carrollwood Villages uses them. They're license plate readers.
Okay.
Not perfect, but I walk every day at night, I never see the courtesy patrol.
Okay.
Where's the?
Okay.
Yeah, I see them on my,
But
yeah.
the courtesy patrol, and I'm not knocking them, but all they
Jimmy,
can do
Jimmy,
is call
if I may,
Yes, sir.
just stay within the budget, please.
Yes, sir.
You will have the 3 minutes after that to
Okay.
address the
Yeah.
concerns, if
Okay.
you may. We
I
want to
understand,
go,
but this.
we just wanna make sure we
Flock
go over the
cameras, I
budget.
think,
Yeah,
is a lot cheaper than $190,000 a year.
190,000?
you're talking about.
Oh,
courtesy
instead of
patrol.
using courtesy patrol.
Instead of
I
that.
see, okay, yeah, no.
I don't mean to kill jobs, but we can take also that money and give it to admin, give it to maintenance.
Okay, what else, anything else, Jim?
Oh. Legal fees. Now, on the other side, in my world, when we sue somebody, we recover legal fees. Shouldn't that be an income? Do we recover legal fees?
They keep losing, that's why they can't recover it.
But foreclosures or, property not kept up, do we recover legal fees? I didn't see a line item for that.
I thought there
Legal fees are
was-
charged to the individual homeowner as a receivable. So when they are received, it reduces your receivables. So an expense has been offset by a receivable. So you're not gonna see that.
Is there, I'm not gonna see a line item
No,
for that?
it offsets.
So
Is there any
you're
way
saying
for a
like
homeowner?
The homeowner pays X amount, X
It's on the
amount goes
homeowner's
straight to the
account,
attorney.
so the homeowner owns, that's under receivables. So when the money comes in, that receivable is reduced.
All right, Jimmy, your time is up, Jim.
All right, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. I wanna thank everybody that addressed the board and items that you guys feel that needs to be addressed, so that way the
Excuse me,
residents.
Tony, I know that I'm not in the lead, but I want to say something about the budget.
Yeah,
Some idea,
give me-
please. Some idea. Alberto.
Alberto.
Canela,
Alberto Canela.
sí. First,
Dame la, give me your address.
1131 Rendezvous.
1113.
Yes, 31 Rendezvous. About the clubhouse rental, why is that?
The what?
Clubhouse rental,
What is it?
item 7210,
Why do is that? Why do? Which one?
clubhouse rental,
First page,
first page.
7210.
That's a rental of this room for events.
For what?
Events.
Oh, to have an
Birthday
event,
That is,
party.
that is an income. That is not expense.
but we
That is an income.
furniture.
We rent out this room
Okay, that
for
means that is an
homeowners to
income.
have an event.
That is an income. That is no, expense. So that's supposed to be zero. If you rent this
We
room
know.
to hire any person to do an activity, that is an income.
It is, it's reflected. as
Yeah, but you have to put it like expense.
No, because we have,
7210.
That's an income, it's under income. Revenue is income.
Revenues.
yeah.
Revenue
Well,
is-
maybe I,
30,000? Is that
Yeah.
what you're referring to?
That's an
That's an
Yes,
income.
7210.
Yeah.
but right now you cannot put like an income because you don't know how much you're going to rent next
So
year.
last year, but by the end of this year, we should have rented for 25,000,
Yeah, but
so
for
we're
26?
anticipating.
How much you going to be for 26?
Well, that's the budget, we're thinking 30,000, so we'll never
Okay.
get that on point. We're-
Soccer donation,
Yeah.
why we don't hire this okay donation? If we are going to pay more for the maintenance, why they don't pay more also?
We have.
Soccer donation, it's only $10,000 that they're going to pay. And they use that part more than us. Why they don't pay more? They can pay more.
So he can ask, but I can't?
But he's talking about.
I give you an idea.
budget.
Yeah,
Budget items,
that's what I did.
Yeah.
ideas, no, you're not.
Second, ground maintenance.
Which one?
Which one is that?
Ground maintenance, completely. That section completely.
Third page.
Third page. We have people working for us to do the ground maintenance.
Yes, sir.
In any moment, you try to bring a company to do it, that is going to pay only, I just ask you.
No, that would be
Are you asking
astronomical.
to like contract people?
Yeah. If you contract like the pool, I think that you have a company that came here every week to clean the pool, to put the chlorine, everything. It's same with the ground maintenance.
We can't afford it.
We don't have that for the pool, do we?
No.
No,
We
the
have.
pool's in-house, when they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They replace, the filters.
Yeah, you have to
But
have somebody
we
that
don't
came here to clean the filter, to check the pump,
But we
to.
don't have that monthly.
But idea, but do you check now? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I think that everybody here,
Yeah.
we live check by check. Okay? And with all the increase that we already have in power, water, taxes, insurance, we have to cut our budget. We have to make our budget to maintain our house. I don't see anything here on the budget that can tell me that the HOA is looking for reduce some budget or some expense.
Well, the thing about that is, it was a thing that they tried to do. This isn't just a piece of paper that is
These have been
spit out
approved.
now, it's been. a
Yeah, but I don't see
ongoing
anything
progress.
here that
We've
that
gotten our 3 months.
I can say to the HOA,
3 months, right?
hey, that's good because you are reducing costs.
Alberto, the time is up.
Okay.
Gracias. Thank you, sir. For those, good points. All right, thank you, folks. For those that are addressed.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Hi.
You would like to speak to
Can I
us?
say something? Yeah.
Come up here.
Well,
Because we have-
I'm not
we'll have
really
a
sure.
separate time.
Here we go.
I'm not really sure. So it's just a suggestion.
Well, if it's not, we can do that one too.
Okay.
Go ahead. Thank you. It's your,
Can I bring it with me and bring it back?
how do you wanna do it?
Okay.
Address your name, please, and your address, please.
So I don't know if this would be the right place to even.
What is your name and your address, please?
Name and address.
Cynthia Hopper, 10304 Park Crest.
Hi, Chris.
So this is something I think a lot of people might be interested in, and it might bring in some money, or maybe we can cover it, I don't know. But like a bi-yearly, junk haul, I don't know where I'm looking for.
Where they put the containers.
Where we have a service that can come and help people like get rid of appliances and their mattresses and that kind of thing. I mean, I know that a lot of people struggle with getting rid of stuff like that, they can't, they're not car's big enough to get it to the dump, or they gotta pay Hillsborough County $50.
Yeah.
Salvation Army will come to your house if you set it up.
Not for everything though, but I'm just saying it could be old, like I just had to replace the, wood trim on my place, and of course, they hauled it away.
Oh, garbage.
But you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing, where people need a way to get rid of stuff.
Do you mean like charge the homeowners, or
Well,
it mean like?
yeah, I mean, of course, I don't really know how it would be handled.
No, we've done that before. We brought the dumpsters and electronic pickup
Yeah.
and the paper shredding. We've done that in the past.
Because that's just something, I mean, as far as
But it's not
for
really budget.
appliances and big stuff that people need to get rid of. That, and I think it would also help to keep the neighborhood looking a little better. Like, there's a few houses in my little community that have like junk that's been sitting out kind of in their front yards forever. And if they had somewhere to get rid of it, I think it may not be there looking like an eyesore.
So creating a service,
I think that's something we should talk
some type
about.
of service to.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know whether it would be an income or expense, it just depends.
Well,
on
have you
how
signed
we
this
handle
one
it.
in, cause we're gonna do this clipboard, since it was not.
Oh, okay, yeah, here.
It was a suggestion.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
suggestion.
so the problem is, it's good.
Okay. Okay. I put it on your agenda item.
Or,
We put that in the budget.
Okay,
Now, we're gonna make some concern.
okay, thanks.
Yeah, I know,
Put that there. Yeah.
I know.
Ms. Hopper?
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
I have a book that I sent for, and this is all, Hillsborough County. And this book has everything in here, who you need to call for anything that you need.
Yeah,
This is an excellent brochure, book, whatever you wanna call it. But it's for senior citizens if they need help. I'm a
that's
senior
like the
citizen.
411 stuff,
Yeah,
right?
I'm a senior citizen. There's things that I need help with, but this has so much information. And anything that you need to get done, or they will refer you to somebody to help a senior citizen if they do not have the funds. There are groups out there that'll do it.
Something to talk about, for sure.
But I mean, I just thought for a whole
So we
community,
go with that, right?
you know, for everybody to be able to.
Excuse me, Joe, where do you get that book?
Something people be interested in.
Joe, where'd you get
I sent for it. There's a,
Thank you so
Is it on Hillsborough's website?
yes,
much. We'll call you.
this was for 2025.
Oh, well, yeah.
Thank you.
Done now. Thank you.
You're just the first of the other thing.
All right, folks, based on what, the residents, yeah, you want to leave or you want to?
Yeah, yeah.
Right away?
We
Or
can
you
do-
want, we got to approve the
we have to
budget
do that
first.
first,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, thank you guys, we're gonna go ahead now, approve the budget right now, and, based on the recommendation that we have heard from some of the residents, some of the input as well too also, and also about, the work study that, was provided by, our treasurer, and Victoria, I think, and some of you guys, also had a chance to look at the budget. It seems like pretty much everybody's on the same page. They understand there might be some increases here, there, so we're gonna open it up right now to make a motion of what is gonna be the increase, what's the percentage that we're gonna increase the budget to, what are we looking at?
I don't know the exact dollar amount.
What are we looking at?
It's a 5%.
5%, but I
These
don't
are
know
the
the
five,
dollar
that's the
amount.
maximum that we could do,
$3.99.
That
That's
is
the
max,
maximum.
yeah.
so we're gonna go to the maximum, right?
How much is going to be the cost per month?
$79.61.
That's the old one, it's gonna be 83,
Oh.
60.
That's more than 5%, but what am I?
Oh, 83.60.
Was that in the meeting notes you sent to everybody? Cause at least when I got it, it was illegible.
Is there,
And there's supposed to be an advance meeting notice about the dues increase if you're gonna increase dues in the meeting.
is there,
There was no legible notice sent to anybody.
and you made the motion.
Excuse me, there's no legible notice sent to anybody about dues
Excuse me,
increase.
So you add that line, okay?
The law allows,
I'm
okay,
right to this, I'm right to this meeting.
yeah, all right. Do what you need to do, Tony.
So Ann's made a
And,
motion.
Sheriff, can you please escort this, him and-
I'm not doing anything, I'm sitting here.
I'm sorry, no,
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
You cannot do that.
No, no, he gonna leave. He gonna leave. I need him out.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm here to conduct the meeting. I'm here to conduct the meeting.
No, but how do we send a notice if we haven't agreed upon it? That's what I didn't know.
No kidding.
Please settle down.
And I have a question too.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
name is on the list, and nobody.
Mayor, listen, you are not a homeowner.
Yes, I am.
You're not.
Yes, she is.
No,
Check the records. Check Ron. Ron can tell you the records, Tony, you're wrong again. You are wrong again.
Excuse me, there was a motion on the floor to approve the budget, was there a second?
do we have, who made the motion?
Can we, guys, can we just finish this budget?
Yeah, Ron's talking.
Okay, wait. Before we do that, I need you to address Mr. Cronin to be quiet,
Yeah, let's not have anything, I don't wanna
and then we're gonna
have to
continue.
put anybody in handcuffs today or anything like that.
Thank you.
Let's just keep it simple,
I
please.
would like to make a motion for the 2026 budget
Man.
as proposed.
Do we have a second on that motion?
I will second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Five? Aye. And I will stay on the budget, I will not vote in the budget, I will stay on the budget, okay?
Why is that?
Abstaining on the
Yes,
budget?
I am staying on the
Does
budget.
anybody else need to abstain? Anybody else? Are you sure? Anybody else whose family would be benefiting from the
Here
budget?
we go again, I see, here we go again.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright.
Then we can be done.
Alright, so the motion was actually 6-1. With one,
Well,
with one
With
station.
one abstention.
One station, yes, sir. Alright, the budget has passed as an increase of 5%, and the amount will be, the assembly will be 8360, moving forward for the 2026 budget. Am I correct on that?
Yes, sir.
Item? Correct? And, correct? Okay. Motion carries, motion passed.
Will I get arrested if I mention you haven't approved the Belfield budget increase?
Does that?
Does that mean there's no Belfield budget increase?
We're having a meeting, ma'am, that is in the budget, so the budget's been approved. So please, I'm not a resident here, but let's let this meeting get on here.
Put it to rest. Now, we're gonna allow the resident to speak. You got 3 minutes to address the board. We're gonna start with Sharon Ebert. You got the floor again, Sharon.
Yeah. Start with the clock. The amounts that were just mentioned of things that need to be done, I know they're estimates, but 170 for the pools, 60,000 for the pathways, 150,000 for the tennis courts. Like I said, I know they're just estimates and they're not final. But that totals $380,000. These, I know, come from the reserve. But the reserve is supposed to have $742,726 in it. We have in the bank to cover that reserve $482,893. So our reserves are short $250,000. If we had not spent money on attorneys and whatnot, taking money out of the reserves for non-reserve items, that would probably cover most of that $380,000. So if we have $380,000 of expenses and we only have 400 and some in there, where's the rest of the money going to come from? The other thing is, I'm glad we are doing a reserve study. It's finally due. And even though we don't have to do one every year, the recommended interval is 3 to 5 years. In the reserve currently, the projected reserve for the pools is $72,000. So you see where the increases have come in the expenses. If we had done a reserve in between, maybe it would have shown, instead of $72,000, it would have shown maybe $80,000, $90,000. So we would have been keeping up with the increases in costs. But since we haven't done one in so long, there's no increase coming to show that we need to increase our reserves. And I don't see that we should be borrowing from our reserves to pay other than what our reserves were meant for, replacement and repair. Also, replacement and repair of mowers, chippers, anything like that, that comes out of reserve. The pathways come out of reserve. So if we keep borrowing from reserve, we're not gonna have any money in reserve, and then we'll have a special assessment to cover these increases. So, that's what I wanna say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ed, you got the floor.
So, I want to get back to what I was saying before. So, thank you for having the meeting in mid-November. The budget you just passed, unfortunately, didn't have the required advance notice. You didn't have the news notice to which you mailed out. That part of the email notice was illegible, therefore didn't qualify per statute to have the dues increase in the mailed out notice. This was an invalid vote. I encourage you to redo it, follow the statute, and have it later. There's also an explanation of conflict of interest, that too is due 14 days in advance of the vote, not the day of. There are other conflicts of interest, family members benefiting from this budget, which is a clear conflict of interest in the statute, you can read it. Those were not disclosed. They're well known. They were discussed at the last meeting. One person's son is getting thousands of dollars from supporting events. Another person's father is on staff. These are not things which were disclosed, which are required by statute to be disclosed, and you vote on the budget without disclosing them. This is what's driving up your legal costs, is not following the law. I do want to thank you guys for having that. Again, walking here, good job to all the maintenance team. Special shout out, thank you to Tony for not filming me while I was walking this time. That happened before, that was kind of an awkward, weird thing. My comments about the budget are all on the handout I gave you guys. I really encourage you to read it, get familiar with the law. Definitely seek other advisors. When you guys are seeking advisors that lose you $500,000, maybe it's time to seek other advisors so you're not continuing down the same path that you've been before, wasting people's money on things you should never be involved in. Just a suggestion to keep homeowners first and personal pet peeves and grudges out of the mix. Return this community to association residents, not to somebody's personal pet grudges. Thank you.
Jim Conner, you got the floor?
Hey, thanks again. The website, I like the way it looks. I understand it's gonna get improved, but the old website is very unprofessional. But so this new website, thank you very much. Hopefully we can keep the cost down. Half the web, or a lot of the web was even down today, so hopefully we can get that going. And how do I say? I don't want to come off the wrong way again. The Courtesy Patrol, one of their functions used to be looking for violations. Walking through the subdivision, I see houses that are no way that paint pass.
Whoa. Whoa. That's something that you're going to see. And not only the house, the fence.
Also, fences. I don't have it memorized, but I believe fences are only supposed to go halfway up to the house. I see fences all the way up to the front corner. You know, hopefully, you know, who's addressing these? You know, we have a committee, or we had a committee, then we also had the Courtesy Patrol who used to drive around looking for this, looking for things like this. About 20 years ago, I got a notice for mildew. Granted, it wasn't even my house, but the Courtesy Patrol, you know, saw it. So if we can at least do something on the values of the house, and a portion of it is the renters, but some of it isn't the renters. So if we can just look at that, and I don't want to be the one reporting that color is not approved, because when I had my house painted a couple of years ago, I had to pick from a book, and I had to bring those little things to the paint store. But there are houses that are, it's not something that you don't know. And this is not the forum for it, but the Residence Trail. The other night, I slipped, fell, didn't get hurt, but roots growing up on the Residence Trail. If I was older, or if I was more frail, somebody could have got seriously hurt. On the Residence Trail going northbound from Village, about 100 yards up is where I fell. Anyway, should I report, is there an office or?
Yeah, just come to the office, or at this meeting, just let me know what the location is.
Okay. Yeah.
As I mentioned at the meeting, we are doing the survey, and we do have plans to replace several sections of the walkway.
Yeah, it was the Residence Trail, wasn't
Time
it?
is up, Jim. I'm sorry.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll definitely get on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, just give a run and make sure any item that you think needs to be addressed, get with them.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Kevin Lopez.
You already approved the budget. My opinion doesn't matter anymore.
Okay,
Thank you for explaining now.
Thank you.
By the way, she is a homeowner now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a wonderful celebration for us.
Cynthia, happy?
I already spoke. I don't know if it was the right place or not, but.
All right, guys.
I think it's a good idea for us to think about maybe like after the annual, like the garage sales. would be a
Yeah.
good time to do
Yeah.
something like that, so we can try to look into it and see.
Cause there's a lot of, some of the houses look really.
I know.
Well,
in my
one of the issues with doing that is the county has grants for that, but they suspended it for a while because when we used to do that, we'd have to pay for the dumpster. But the county has a grant, and unfortunately, we didn't have the money to really get the dumpster up there. So I'll look at that again and see what we can do.
Yeah, you know, stuff like that.
I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna excuse myself. I need to choose my seat as the president. I'm gonna go address the resident as a homeowner. So I'm gonna take my 3 minutes and walk across and address. The time is 8:50,
I got you.
50:48. Thank you. Cuando le pase el papel aquí, me diga que te pase el papel así. Sí, se lo pasan y yo te diga.
I don't know. He's got a whole stack of something.
Hi folks, my name is Tony Rivera. I am here to address the board and also the residents also. I was basically asked by a lot of the residents. I've been getting phone calls. I've been basically being called, stopped. We actually asked, there's an issue going on in Plantation. And a lot of the residents are very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable what's actually going on social media. Some of the residents do not like to come to the meeting for the simple fact there's a lot of negativism out there, okay? And the reason that I'm here tonight, that I'm basically, I want to find out and see how can we go about addressing this concern for residents, okay? In the last few years, we've been getting a lot of issues to roar, that type of deal. You guys can know, legal fees, lawsuits, and therefore,
But you started.
and let me talk. I am going to address, this is what happened here, folks. I'm going to share 2 forms here, okay? I'd like for you to give it to Mr. Cronin, for him to review it, okay? And this is all the posting that have been going on next door. Every single day. When you wake up in the morning, at night time, that type of deal. This is for the last 3 months of information that have been sent out to residents. And people are fed up of using the social media next door as opposed to bring down our association. The resident has stated that we got 1,800 homes here, and they would like to see any positive that's happening in the association go through our association. Now next door, social media, because our residents are fed up with those type of posting. Now, my residents have asked me, listen, ask Mr. Cronin, you have post all the type of deal. They would like for you to address the board and the resident here, how true are all the posts that you have sent out, statements and posts that you put out there, and they want to hear, and we would like to reflect in the minutes also, how true are everything that you posted on the social media.
Is there anything you have in here you don't think isn't true?
Time's up.
Time is up? Thank you. We'd like to have an answer for you, sir. We'd like to get it back. All the posts, we want to know how true are all the posts that you have sent out.
Is there anything you think that isn't true?
Time is up.
I'm asking as a true statement or
Is there
not.
anything you think that isn't true in here, Tony?
Oh, they want to know. Now, I'm not asking, I'm asking. That's what I want to know.
Now, there was a newsletter a while ago that claimed that the HOA manager was guilty of grand theft auto. That was an accusation by our president, which is completely false. Grand theft auto, in writing to every homeowner.
Yeah, give it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Somebody doesn't like accountability, it sounds like.
I'm back again. I'm back with my poll. Thank you.
That was weird.
Like I said, we will address that the next meeting about next door. What
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
The meeting's adjourned.
I don't know.